both the game and the movie had the same challenges, which is how do we tell this great story where we explain who Iron Man is, but also basically stay true to the character, so that the comic book fans really kind of are able to play and experience who Iron Man is. You do that by carefully kind of explaining how he became Iron Man. So both the game and the movie is an origin story where we explain kind of how he became this character, from Tony Stark, the normal kind of businessman, to a superhero. And ultimately in the video game, there's a lot of nods to the fans because we wanted to bring in a lot of the fun comic book stuff and even some of the things you don't see in the movie. So we brought in a lot of the villains and a lot of the extra Iron Man suits. I think for somebody who doesn't know who Iron Man is, you'll be able to jump in, have a good time, and really learn about the character and learn why he's so cool and why people love him. And for the fans, we definitely built in all this fun stuff. The game is broken up into 13 missions, and each mission has its own large map. And how we direct you through the game is we have cutscenes between each mission that kind of further the story. So there is a linear story within the game. And then within each mission itself, that's where it's very nonlinear. We direct you through the mission by giving you various objectives on your radar, and there's also target objectives on the screen. So the player always understands what they're doing at any given time. Okay. So you'll never get lost, but really, if you want to kind of fly around and take a look at the scenery or take on objectives in a different order, it's really up to you. He's one of the most powerful superheroes in the Marvel Universe. He's able to do so many different things, and really, I kind of think the game is a disappointment if we don't deliver on all that. So early on, we focused on making the flight feel good, making sure the controls felt good. Within the game itself, you can seamlessly transition between ground and air combat. You can run around the ground, grapple, and punch things. You can hover up like a helicopter, but then you can take off like a jet plane. And you can do this at any given time.
How much was Marvel involved with the production of the game? And more particularly, were any of the comic book writers from the original Iron Man series involved with this at all?
Well, Marvel is a great partner. They deeply care about their IP, and so we have an approval process. We definitely work with them and run them through our designs, our storyline, and so on. We brought writers in early that weren't part of the Marvel comic book lore, but that actually are used to writing for games, which is a little bit different than writing for a linear media form. Right. The reason being is that in a video game, the player can basically do a bunch of different actions, and you have to be prepared for the game to react to that. So if you do this, then your computer AI and your characters are saying something different than if you're taking a different path. We have a very long-term relationship with Marvel, and there's some other things we'll be doing. And I would absolutely love to bring in some of the writers from the comic books. I mean, some of the best writing out there now for kind of action stories are happening in comic books.
Yes, exactly.
You're seeing TV and movies and other media forms actually pulling some of these guys from comic books to write for some of these other media forms because they're writing great stories. And some of the best TV writers out there now actually grew up reading comics, and comics are a heavy influence.